Welcome, beautiful Paris Saint-Germain family. And in today's video, we'll be looking at Achraf Hakimi and his monstrous season so far for Paris Saint-Germain. I believe there are three reasons for Achraf Hakimi having the success he's had so far this season. The first and most important one, I believe, is his teammate, the player alongside him. Obviously, last season it was Lionel Messi, and Achraf Hakimi had to play as the right wing back on the sideline as a touchline winger. Whilst this season, with Ousmane Dembele coming in at Paris Saint-Germain, he's playing as the touchline winger, and Hakimi is pretty much playing the Messi role from last season, which is the right interior. We can take a look at these photographs right here, so you can see Hakimi is in the center whilst Dembele is on the flank, on the touchline, creating chances for Hakimi. Again, here you can see Dembele finding Hakimi in tons of space in between the lines, again and again and again and again. So Hakimi can go centrally and having his 1-2s with Ousmane Dembele. But also a great thing with Achraf Hakimi, apart from just passing it into the box, he can actually be a threat as well. You can see his late runs into the box being unmarked because he's actually a defender on the pitch. So the player that is meant to mark him from the opposition's team is usually a winger, and no winger is tracking back to find Hakimi in these runs. As you can see, he's totally open inside of the box in so many occasions because of his great anticipation that nobody is really marking him inside of the game. Hakimi also had to work even harder for his teammate Lionel Messi because Messi's age and all of that, he couldn't press, he couldn't do as much defensive work. So Hakimi had to compensate his game for Messi's weaknesses. Whilst he doesn't have really that issue with Ousmane Dembele, I think before Hakimi was working for Messi, whilst now Hakimi and Dembele are working together as a unit, because even in these pictures you can see they can interchange in their positions, with Hakimi being on the touch flank and giving it to Dembele in the center. And obviously the second reason, which is pretty much what I've been talking about here, is Luis Enrique. He's looked at Hakimi and said, you're more than a touchline winger, you're more than a right back, you're more than a defender, and has made him the playmaker, the focal point of this team. Both him and Ousmane Dembele have a crazy number of key passes in every single game because they are our only two playmakers so far, and they've been doing such a great job. And so far, as you can see, his stats every single season have gone up. So it's both Lucho, it's Achraf Hakimi finding his confidence inside the Paris Saint-Germain team, because this is something that has been growing season after season after season. As you can see, his goals have gone up, his assists, his shot creating actions, his goal creating actions, his recoveries, his carries into the penalty area, and carries into the final third. So, and those are the most important thing when you look at a right back in this modern system. You look at carries, you look at goal creating actions, and this inverted fullback role. Even here you can see by his heat map, Hakimi has always been on the touchline. But one thing you can see on that picture to the right from this season is that he's moving more centrally, but still dominating that right hand side, which just tells you how good Achraf Hakimi has been so far for Paris Saint-Germain. And according to these stats, the change in his game so far has been his progressive passes are higher than they have ever been. His carrying is a bit higher. He does a bit less defensive duty because he doesn't need to do as much as last season because of our better pressing, and we're much better at keeping the ball with the high percentages of possession we've had so far this season. He also has 884 touches in Europe's top 5 leagues this season, which is the second highest behind another PSG player in Milan Skriniar, and this just speaks volumes of how involved Achraf Hakimi is in the Paris Saint-Germain game and how important Achraf Hakimi has been for PSG this season. Hopefully he keeps on this form going, because at the moment he's definitely playing as the best right back in the world and one of the best right backs I've ever seen. Hopefully he keeps performing at this high rate, and his link up with Dembele just gets better and better and better after every game. That has been it. If you enjoyed the video, smash the like button, subscribe to the PSGINT YouTube channel, and as always, allez Paris.